Okay guys, high step up. Now, technically, okay, how do I say this, right? It doesn't have to be high, but I prefer that it would be high. Now, why do I say this? Because if you end up compromising and using momentum, I'd rather you not do a high step up. I'd rather it be a little low. It should be challenging, but if you are dealing with like, I don't know, maybe you have different issues like with your ankles, with your feet, there's so many things, right? And, or maybe just your balance is not that great. And you're like, I'm working way harder on just like trying to balance myself than actually executing the exercise. So, but if you can manage to do this high step, I prefer you do it. Now, here's a few things I want you to keep in mind. When you step up, first off, your entire foot needs to be on the platform. I don't want to see any of this. None of this, guys. As the set progresses, you might end up finding yourself doing every few reps one that's here. That's not cool. I'm not down with that. It has to be the whole foot. Okay, now, you are going, this is not like a quick, like explosive movement. It's very slow and controlled, all right? So you're coming up and you're gonna push from your heel. You're driving from your heel. And even though your back foot is helping you to some degree, we're not doing any of this. I don't want to see that. It's only helping the very last bit, okay? If we're dividing it into percentages, it's like 90% this leg and 10%. Don't all of a sudden make it like 70 and 30, all right? Now you're leaning and you're pushing that heel hard into the step and up, touching and come down. Touching and come down. You see how I'm leaning forward a little bit? That's totally fine. Don't try to stay upright. It's too hard like that. Right here. Plus this anyway puts a little bit more emphasis on the glute, which is, hey, what we all want anyway. Okay? Now, another important thing. Always start with your weak side. If you start with your strong side, it is going to be so fucking hard to match up the reps. And if you make this mistake, you're going to see and you're going to be so fucking sorry. You're going to be like, oh my God, I can't finish this set, okay? Really important that you know. By the way, little word about that. How do you know what is your strong leg? Take a few steps back. Imagine somebody's pushing you. Which leg do you land on first? If you're not sure, do it again. The one you land on first is your strong leg, okay? So, I would always start with my right side, but I'm demonstrating on this side just so you could see it, okay? Closer to the camera. So, preferably you're holding dumbbells, which makes it so much fucking harder. But if this is hard already in and of itself, don't use dumbbells. But I urge you to at least hold little ones, like maybe start with 5 pounds. Now, I have a pretty awesome setup here because if this is too high for me, I could take off one of the steps. It's just very convenient. All right, these come apart. But if you don't have these, you can always just go for like a shorter bench. Most benches are pretty short to begin with, and if anything, you would need to add height to them. And the way you would do that is probably by adding like weight plates. All right, don't add stuff like, where are those pads? Like not something squishy or smushy. Something that's hard. Okay, so maybe you would add like weight plates. Something that's big enough for your foot to be on, okay? Now, just so you know, this exercise sucks and I'm so sorry, but it's so damn good for you. It's also very practical for day-to-day life. Like we all go up and down stairs and it's just really good for you. Plus it is amazing for the glutes and just for the legs in general. Okay, so from here, you're leaning, barely touching, just tapping your toe and coming down. Tapping your toe and coming down. Okay, don't do this. Don't do that. Because when I do that, I'm barely using this foot. Totally pointless. Don't even bother. If you feel like you need to do that, take down the height of the bench, because I want you to get the most out of this exercise. Okay? So, that is that.